Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Thursday, April 24th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the highlights. Missing 11-year-old girl found dead in hotel pool at Tuchen. 3 members of one family are dead after murder-suicide on Linden-Susdike Highway. Financial literacy is key to investing both on a small and large scale. And ideas for renewable energy, improved irrigation, and recycling are on display at this year's National STEAM Fair. Tragedy and outrage in Tuchen tonight following the mysterious death of 11-year-old Adriana Young. The child disappeared while swimming at a hotel pool with her family, only to be found dead hours later in the same pool. The incident sparked fiery protests, with both the hotel and the owner's home in flames. Moses Williams and Shivani Ramprasad were on the ground in Tuchen. They bring us this report.
I'm Shivani Ramprasad along with Moses Williams at the Doubleday Hotel on Tuchen Public Road, West Coast, Demerara, where the body of 11-year-old Adriana Young was recovered earlier today from the hotel's pool. After the discovery of the child's body was made, protesters who were part of the search party looted and set both of the hotel's buildings on fire. They also destroyed all properties and vehicles belonging to the hotel. They then proceeded to set the home of the hotel owners on fire, and the situation has since left the residents and surrounding communities in disbelief and chaos.
The mother of the child said that the daughter's body was not in the pool prior to being found, since the family had already checked the pool.
Let me tell you something. Nothing went in the pool this morning. Nothing went in there. They threw me that in there. This morning, they threw me that in there. Oh.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Vindia Prasad, spoke with the family and asked that everyone work together to bring justice.
I know everybody is tired. I know your emotions are high, but we're trying to keep everybody calm because children grow. We want justice, like you. Yes, but we gotta allow things to work, right? Yes. Okay. And I'm on the ground.
Young was reportedly abducted on Wednesday between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. at the said hotel. According to reports, the young girl accompanied her grandmother and other family members to the hotel's pool. The grandmother told the investigators that Young entered the pool with her siblings, but was not there when they were called out. After realizing this, a frantic search began, but she was nowhere to be found.
A police report was then filed at the Tuchen police station. A report from the Guyana Police Force stated that they visited the hotel and conducted a search on the premises, but did not locate the missing child. It also highlighted that while there were several surveillance cameras around the building, the hotel manager said that they were not working. However, the report further highlighted that external CCTV footage showed the child entering a red and black Toyota Ram, which left the hotel compound. The child's mother disputed this information, saying that her child never left the hotel.
My child never come out from there for going to the first how far because what they claiming they see. You hear? 1 o'clock, you know as well? Misinformation.
After the child's body was found, the Guyana Police Force issued a statement saying that the information previously shared was inaccurate and that an investigation will be launched to determine how the information was disseminated and what actions have to be taken.
President Dr. Irfan Ali has instructed the Commissioner of Police to assemble a special team to lead the investigation into all the circumstances surrounding the case of 11-year-old Adriana Young. We must uncover the full truth of everything that transpired, and no resource or effort will be spared in doing so. Whatever specialized resources are required to determine every aspect of the events and circumstances will be provided. End quote, the president stated in a Facebook post.
As the hotel buildings continues to burn, another house next door was also destroyed. For Ignite News on 6 at 6, I am Moses Williams.
And I'm Shivani Ramprasad. Back to you, Rihanna.
Thank you, Moses and Shivani. Speaking at his weekly press conference, Vice President Dr. Barajag Dio described the event as an extremely sad day for Guyana. Ignite News will continue to follow this developing story and bring you the updates as the investigation continues. A suspected murder-suicide on Wednesday night has left 3 members of the La Cruz family dead and one critically injured. The tragedy happened around 9:10 p.m. at Ideal Road, Linden-Susdike Highway. Dead are 25-year-old Melanie LaCruz, her mother Waveney LaCruz, 50, and sister Suan LaCruz, 16. Melanie's brother, 23-year-old Sion LaCruz, remains in critical condition at Georgetown Public Hospital. The suspect is Melanie's reputed husband, Parmanan Ramdial, who was found dead with a pistol in a bottle containing a noxious substance near him. Police say Ramdial had a history of domestic violence and was out on bail for assaulting Melanie. The case was scheduled for court on April 23rd, the same day of the shooting. Investigations are ongoing. Innovative projects that tap into renewable energy, improve irrigation, and promote recycling are just some of the standout inventions on display at this year's Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics, or STEAM Fair. The fair is now underway at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. Ignite News caught up with some of the young minds behind the ideas, as students from schools across all 10 administrative regions brought their creativity and problem-solving skills to the national stage.
Magnetized water is water, regular water that passes through a magnetic field that alters its physical and chemical structure. So when the water is pumped into a tank, it passes through the magnetic field, takes out all the harmful iron and carbon, irrigates the crop, and helps in faster germination. Our goal is mainly to improve sustainability and productivity in agriculture.
Botanical Bliss is handmade antibacterial cleansers for healing skin ailments, infections, and irritations. This here is our body wash. The body wash, after a long day at work, you just want to go in the shower and want to get all that sweat and all that bacteria off your skin. Well, this is what we have to use. If you were to put some of this on your skin and then you take your loofah and scrub your skin will be 100% clean and free from bacteria.
Our project is entitled Engineering a Greenhouse from Plastic Waste for Sustainable Agriculture, and we repurpose plastic waste because Guyana is made up of 50% of plastic waste. So we repurpose them into something beautiful and conventional, so it's not pricey. You don't have to buy a lot of things. And you could easily go to a lumberyard, and collect a couple pieces of wood to build this, and go around in the community for the bottles to gather to make one.
This year's STEAM Fair is being held under the theme Innovative Solutions Through STEAM for Sustainable Development in Guyana. More than 186 projects are on display from schools across all 11 education districts, spanning regions 1 to 10. At the primary level, pupils are showcasing creativity and foundational knowledge in science, math, environmental science, and the visual arts. Meanwhile, lower secondary students are presenting research-driven, interdisciplinary solutions across fields like agriculture, IT, social sciences, integrated science, mathematics, home economics, and the arts. The government is investing approximately $8 billion to reconstruct 29 concrete bridges between Monkey Mountain in Region 8 and Karasabay in Region 9. Public Works Minister Bishop Juan Ejil made the announcement on Saturday during the commissioning of 45 new bridges connecting Lethem and Linden. He says the new project will create smoother, more reliable travel between Regions 8 and 9, cutting down travel time and eliminating long detours. Bids had already been invited for the bridge works, which are part of a broader plan to improve regional infrastructure. Minister Ejil noted that additional roads are also being built in Region 9 to boost connectivity and open up new economic opportunities for residents and businesses. He says the goal is to support regional growth and make travel safer and easier across the hinterland. Gecom is warning the public about the fake online recruitment link for the upcoming elections. Gecom says it has not launched any online hiring platform and is urging people not to share personal information through the fake site. The Commission says this kind of misinformation can confuse voters, disrupt democratic participation, and damage trust in the electoral process. Citizens are reminded to rely only on Gecom's official website, gecom.org.gy, for accurate updates. Anyone with concerns is encouraged to contact Gecom by phone or via Facebook Messenger. The Guyana government will table the critical oil spill bill in the National Assembly next Monday. This announcement was made by Attorney General Anil Nandlal during his weekly Issues in the News program on Tuesday. According to Nandlal, the landmark Oil Pollution Prevention, Preparedness, Response and Responsibility Bill of 2025 will be up for debate. He said the document establishes a robust, modern, and comprehensive legal framework to govern the prevention, preparedness, response, and liability resulting from oil spills. This includes incidents from installations and facilities engaged in petroleum operations under the Petroleum Activities Act. Significantly, the bill provides a dispute resolution mechanism. This mechanism gives persons a right to approach the High Court to seek remedies, including compensation for any petroleum activity that may have caused damage to property, person, or the environment.
It ensures that every person and or entity involved in any petroleum activities, including drilling, exploring, producing, storing, handling, transportation of petroleum products, oil, gas, etc., shall be held to the highest standards of operational safety and environmental responsibility. The bill also enshrines liability for those who may be responsible for any form of oil spilling or any negligent oil operations that lead to damages of any kind.
The Attorney General noted that the bill introduces to Guyana the international standards and duty of care required by global norms. It ensures that operators in the oil and gas sector are held to internationally recognized benchmarks. Financial literacy is a necessary tool when making small or large-scale investments. That was a key message shared today during a virtual event hosted by AmCham Guyana. The session, titled Unleash Your Financial Future, offered a beginner's guide to financial planning and investing. It focused on helping people understand the basics of money management, how investing works, how to manage risk, and how to grow wealth over time. The speakers included Richard Isava from Guyana America's Merchant Bank, Lisaveta Ramatar from New Haven Merchant Bank, and Kevin Maraj from PricewaterhouseCoopers, Guyana. Ramatar shared advice on what to think about before making your first investment.
Work with a professional financial advisor. And the reason is, while many of us have skills in medicine or law or so forth, finance is a field on its own, and there's specific peculiarities, and therefore, by working with a financial advisor, they're going to be able to tease out your needs, your wants, your risk tolerance, etc. The other thing I would say is really discipline is required. So not every movement in the market you should be reacting to. And the last thing I would say is ensure that you have a diversified portfolio. So you may think, for instance, that Apple stock is doing extremely well and I want to own all my investments should be in Apple. But that is not wise. And working with a financial advisor, you'll be able to understand that having a diversified portfolio really allows you to reduce your risk and reduce your volatility.
Similar sentiments were shared by Miraj, who highlighted some key steps to financial literacy.
Learn continuously. The more you learn, I would say, is the more that you would actually earn. Money is not something that comes with instructions necessarily. Most people, Richard, who never taught how to budget, how to invest. They don't understand simple financial concepts. But you can, I would say, teach yourself, and the return would be massive, especially over the long run. Keep it simple when we talk about learning continuously. So it might be, we have a number of financial podcasts that are available for free. It might be listening to a couple of those. It might be reading one financial book a year. But my best piece of advice to everyone would be to understand money. It would help you to make better choices on loans, on investments, even on job offers and those type of things.
Isava, in his remarks, warned against utilizing services offered by unqualified, unregistered, or untrained individuals and companies.
Be guided by qualified, registered advisors in Guyana to buy products that are registered with the Guyanese Securities Exchange Commission. I mean, if any of you remember that fiasco with the Cuban guy that was selling a Ponzi scheme here, and many Guyanese investors were duped by this individual and ended up losing all their money. So you have to be very wary of how to invest, who you deal with, and what types of products you buy.
The session also featured advice on budgeting, successful insurance, and retirement, as well as how to successfully set financial goals. Internationally, tensions between India and Pakistan have sharply escalated, following a deadly attack in the disputed region in Kashmir. The massacre, which took place on Tuesday, left 26 people dead. Speaking in Bihar today, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi vowed to pursue the attackers to the ends of the earth.
Today, from the soil of Bihar, I say to the whole world, India will identify, track, and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished. Every effort will be made to ensure that justice is done.
India has accused Pakistan of backing militant groups after the Resistance Front, a little-known outfit, claimed responsibility for the attack. CNN reports that Pakistan has denied any involvement. In response to the attack, New Delhi has taken a series of strong retaliatory measures. Diplomatic ties with Pakistan have been downgraded. A key border crossing has been closed, and for the first time ever, India has suspended its participation in the crucial Indus Waters Treaty. This is a decades-old water-sharing agreement between the two nations. Pakistan has retaliated by suspending trade and canceling visas of Indian nationals, prompting India to respond in kind. U.S. President Donald Trump said he's not happy after Russia launched its deadliest wave of attacks on Kyiv in 9 months. In a post on Truth Social, Trump urged Russian President Vladimir Putin to stop as he continued to push for a ceasefire deal in Ukraine. Last night, Moscow fired 70 missiles and 145 drones, with most targeting the Ukrainian capital. Ukrainian officials confirmed that at least 12 people were killed and 90 others injured. Emergency services said more victims may still be trapped under the rubble. The strikes hit 13 locations across Kyiv, including residential buildings and civilian infrastructure. It marked the most severe assault on the city since July 2024, when 33 people were killed in a similar attack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, speaking during a visit to South Africa, said the bombardment was aimed at pressuring the United States. He pushed back against Trump's ceasefire proposal, stating that Ukraine would only be willing to negotiate after a full ceasefire. In sports, Leicester City captain Jamie Vardy will leave the club at the end of the season. Announcing the news today, the team described Vardy as their greatest ever player. In a video posted on Leicester's social media, Vardy bid fans farewell.
To the fans of Leicester, gutted that this day is coming, but I knew it was going to come eventually. I had 13 unbelievable years at this club, with lots of success, some downs, but the majority all highs. But it's finally time to call it a day, which I'm devastated about, but I think the timing is right. I just want to sincerely thank you all for taking me in as one of your own. Leicester will always have a massive place in my heart.
According to the BBC, the 38-year-old striker who joined in 2012 is the club's record Premier League scorer with 143 goals. In all competitions, he has scored 198 goals across 498 appearances. Vardy scored 24 times in 2015 to 2016 Premier League campaign, helping Leicester to the first ever top-flight title in their history. The former England international was also part of the 2021 FA Cup winning side when they beat Chelsea 1-0 at Wembley. The London Marathon will no longer post on social media platform X. This is according to its race director, Hugh Brasher, who said the platform had ceased to be a positive place. The London Marathon's official account, which has 191,000 followers, last posted on 17th of January 2025. British Commonwealth 10,000-meter champion Eilish McColgan, who is competing in her first London Marathon on Sunday, was subjected to what her mom and coach called demeaning and abusive body shaming in March. Brasher, who described the abuse as abhorrent, said it was an example of why the London Marathon will no longer post on X. This year's London Marathon takes place on Sunday. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.